Is this the start of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe?
Check it out.
Welcome to Art Takes and Smoke Breaks, the podcast where we dive into the new trending movies and guess what they're all about. Then we review them. This week, we're going to review the Super Mario Brothers movie by Illumination.
My God.
Oh, okay. So you guys know Super Mario Brothers came out yesterday, April 5th, right? I watched the movie. It came out in some theaters the day before, as some movies do. So I watched it Wednesday, the 4th, and I've been dying these last two days to just do this podcast and talk about this movie because. No spoilers. We're not going to do any spoilers just because I really want you guys to go watch this movie. Off of the top of the head, I can say this is the best, for me, this is the best video game movie of all time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. They really hit out of the park. Maybe too good, I want to say, just because now everything that's gonna come after this has to live up to it. So just imagine the MCU starting out with Avengers.
yes. That's pretty much what it is, dude. Like they have, I mean, how many people do they leave out? Maybe like 3, you know, like if any, you know what I mean? But this movie was just a masterpiece. This movie was a masterpiece, dude. If you are a big fan of the Nintendo Super Mario Brothers games, video games, you will love this movie. They in this movie, I saw Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Brothers, I saw Super Mario 3, all the original Super Mario. We saw Mario Kart. I don't know if maybe we saw Party. Did we see Party?
Not quite.
Maybe it probably just wasn't like looking for Party, but so many Easter eggs, guys. So many. Like, oh my God, Jeffrey, I'm gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah, the beginning of the movie, I won't kind of give it away, but left and right, you're like, oh, that's from that game. Oh, that's from this game. It's just like, if you're a huge Nintendo fan, you must see this because they really did great fan service. They kind of give a lot of nods to pretty much all the Nintendo games, from old classic ones and like how you mentioned the newer ones from like Mario Galaxy. But yeah, it's really good. There's only one thing. Let me know if this bothered you. Something with Peach. Her eyes. I don't know what it was.
Well, I mean, to be honest with me, I couldn't okay, the first 10 minutes, spoiler, it's all just filler of what they are in in the real world. Shows her plumbing. It shows them I guess with their video game voices. I would say, in a commercial for their plumbing. That's the beginning of it, right? And so you kind of think they're gonna be talking like this the whole time. They don't talk like that the whole time.
Yeah.
But like the animation in the beginning, it kind of felt a little weird to me. Was that
real?
Because that's like the video game animation, right?
Yeah. It's a little bit different. So we're used to seeing, I guess, Mario in like our television screens. Looks entirely different from what was presented.
Yeah, it
in
was
that movie.
It was just a little weird.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, but it kind of got out of that once they got into Mushroom Kingdom. Then it turned into more of like a normal animation movie that we're used to seeing, like Minions, Despicable Me, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
for that Mushroom Kingdom. So I mean, the two they seemed a little dissimilar, you know what I mean? But other than that, like, I thought the animation was like top notch.
Yeah, I like they did a lot of presentation tricks. At various moments, it looked like it was the video game. You know, it kind of panned into 2D view, and it's like they were moving like if they were moving in.
Oh my god, yeah, like they did that multiple times, but it was so like fluid. Like, it worked. They did it in the beginning, like they did like a little thing, but then they would kind of put it throughout the whole movie or whatever.
Yeah. So, what'd you think about the voice actors? I know there was a little controversy between having Chris Pratt as Mario, you know, with the Italian accent and all that.
I mean, I didn't really hear it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I heard it mostly when he was doing the like the Yahoo or like the like whatever noises he makes. But I feel like they took care of that in that opening scene.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like okay, he's from like first 5 minutes, guys. I don't count as spoilers, right? so like they're sitting at the table, and I mean they're all Italian. It's an Italian family. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't know, like everybody's speaking a certain way, and like they're from New York, so they have like a New York accent also. So it's not like he was portraying this Italian, like I didn't really hear a super Italian accent on Mario. So I felt like, you know, I just thought that, okay, that's the way he naturally spoke. Like that's how he spoke.
Yeah, that's just same time.
The same thing with Luigi. Like I thought he did like a good job. You know what I mean? But one thing I can say is that you can get lost in that's Chris Pratt or that's Seth Rogen. That's not Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? Like that's Chris Pratt. That's not Mario. Or that's Charlie. That's not Luigi. Like that's one bad thing I have to say about it is that it didn't do that. You know. What did you think?
Yeah, I know. Like there was no bad voice acting. Like I was perfectly fine. I didn't see any issues with with them. So honestly, I think it was great. The only one that I was like, meh, was Toad, but I'm more used to the Toad, like raspy voice. He was more like, more.
He was more like high pitched. Yeah.
It was cool.
What do you rate this movie, Jeff?
So, in memory of the movie, I'd probably give it 5 superstars. 5 superstars.
Superstars.
Yeah. Just because it like I said, it did a really good job. It got me excited. The one thing was I was already excited. I had high expectations for this movie, and it definitely met that. So I was gonna like ream this movie if it like failed at doing one thing wrong, but didn't really do anything wrong. Like I said, they kind of jammed in they threw in a lot of Mario like games into it, which I think it could have been separated into multiple movies. That way they can build out, you know, some of these random characters, because you see a lot of Mario antagonists and they're kind of just thrown in there and they disappear for the rest of the movie, which I honestly, a lot of them you can make a whole movie about, you know, Mario fighting that one villain or something. But yeah, definitely sparked an interest into like more video game movies for me.
Yeah, I would have to agree. The five superstar rating is probably, like I said, this is the best video game movie of all time, guys. Like, don't get it twisted at all. Like, I've watched a lot of movies. I know what a good movie is, and this is a good goddamn movie. Like, this is a great movie. There's Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg. The way that the camera angle is delivered, and the, like, one thing that, like, I can say in the movie, one thing I can say is that I wish it was a little longer. If it was 30 minutes longer, dude, they could have freaking put a bunch of shit. But also, I don't know who I was talking to, but, like, we were saying that that's more incentive to build on a longer movie for the next one.
Right.
You know what I mean? But 5 out of 5. The voice actors, I mean, this can get a 4 or a 3 on voice actors and still be a 5 out of 5, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's that good. It is really that good. The hype was real, and the hype, it was real. It really was real. I really encourage you to go watch this movie, guys. 5 superstars for sure, and it does have a couple of mid credit. It has a mid credit scene, and then it has an end credit scene. So stay at the end of the movie to watch those. It maybe gives a little clue on where the franchise is going. But what do you think the franchise is gonna go with, Jeffrey?
So, if I really hope they do go into a Nintendo cinematic universe where eventually they come into like a Super Smash Brothers kind of thing, where it brings in, Kirby or even the other Mario characters. Well, I won't mention which ones weren't there, but Kirby, Zelda, all of them who are in Smash. Honestly, I think they will still have to build more upon the Mario universe, but I do think they're gonna go into other Nintendo properties for sure. But they would need to have that whole MCU feel where all these movies are kind of going into like one storyline. If they can pull that off, I think this will be better than the MCU for sure.
And they can easily do like Super Smash, like the Brawl story. They could do the Melee story. Did Melee have a story? I only ever played I think Melee did have a story.
Yeah, they all had the hand, the glove thing that you fought.
See, so that guy, dude, like they could bring that guy in, and they can easily do a Mario Party movie.
Yeah,
like Bowser like coming and freaking fucking shit up, and they have to get out of the game and shit. They can easily do a Mario Kart movie. They could do any of the Mario's movies. They could do a Donkey Kong movie, like universe by itself. Like, there's so much shit, and Illumination did such a good job with this also. Like, I think their movies, like their cartoons and animation, has just been super good lately, and they were the perfect company for this movie.
Right. They even hinted it very early on. They were like, I think they said in one of the trailers, they were like, "There's tons of universes, so this can go anywhere."
Yeah.
So I really hope they go that route.
All right, and that was our no spoiler review. Little spoiler for the Super Mario Brothers. Again, really encourage you to go watch this movie. This was a really great movie. I cannot wait to see what Nintendo has in store. So with that, remember, subscribe and like our past episodes. And this next episode that we're going to have a preview on the movie Knock at the Cabin on Peacock, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Leave a comment and maybe give us a couple of movie mentions that you'd like us to preview and review, guys. We would love to do that for you. So with that, be safe and be great. Peace.
Peace.